3个月之前，我们领养了一只澳洲的 rescue dog， 它不是一只品种狗。我们本以为8个月的狗相对于 puppy 来说更好养一点，但是我们发现麻烦才刚刚开始。多比正处在狗的青春期里面，无法控制自己的情绪，喜欢疯狂的扑人，出门也无法随行，暴冲的问题很严重，见到其他的狗会突然失去控制，疯狂的吠叫，完全不理我们的指令。多比它其实是一只非常聪明的小狗，我们在家里训练它一些小技巧都学得很快，只是出门之后就不受控制。在这个时候，我们意识到必须寻求专业人士的帮助。经过了很多本地人的推荐，我们找到了 OZCORP K9 这家机构。我们在这边上完了7周的课程，每周1节课之后，发现多比有很大程度的改善，包括它有更高的服从性、更高的专注力，以及我们作为宠物的主人也学到了如何跟它相处，如何教育多比。那么这一切是如何达成的呢？这家机构有什么秘密武器？所以说我们想介绍我们家训狗的老师Ryan King 跟大家一起来聊一聊。
Hi guys, welcome to OZCORP K9. I'm Ryan King, and I just want to talk a little bit about how we got started as a dog training company facility and what drives us and our passion to help people and dogs. So it just goes back around 20 years when I got my first German Shepherd, and I liked the concept of training dogs, but I didn't really know where to start. One thing I did know is I didn't want an unruly, hard to live with German Shepherd dog getting around the house to make our lives even harder than it was prior getting him. So off I went to seek the best dog training I could find, which led us on the journey and path that we're on today. I personally really love to learn, and then I like to teach what I learn. If I find something really interesting and amazing, then I like to pass that knowledge on. And that, I think, attracted people to gravitate towards us because we weren't withholding and we wanted to give more than we could. So, in turn, that's allowed us to change the lives of dog owners and the lives of the dogs because they're better understood. We've travelled the world presenting seminars and also going to seminars. So it's an ongoing learning, and it's an ongoing art of dog training. Today we have a dog training facility. We can train thousands of dogs every year and better those quality of lives for the dogs and those owners that are living with them. And that's really what it comes down to, is just having that better connection and understanding of the animals you're living with and being able to live harmoniously.
在给狗狗上学之前，我们有什么需要提前准备的呢？接到小狗回家之后，我们需要准备一个怎样的环境？怎样去理解狗的行为，还有狗的心理需求？很活跃，感觉大人都拉不住它。
It's about, I've mentioned before, understanding the animal, understanding the individual needs of that animal, and it's more than just teaching tricks. It's more than teaching sits and drops and commands. It's about being a team with your environment, but also being the leader of that team.
Yes.
Without boundaries and rules and limitations, then you're not providing a safe environment.
Yep.
So one, it's about providing a safe environment for our dogs so they can have predictability.
Yep.
And then if we provide a safe environment with predictability, that creates less stress and potentially less aggression issues. And if we're talking a puppy, a rescue dog, or a dog that we may have just acquired, we don't really know what kind of dog that is. We don't really know what kind of animal that is.
We don't know. We don't know the history.
Yeah, we don't know the history. We don't even know the temperament sometimes, because they might spend 2-3 weeks in your new environment quite reserved and thinking and processing, and you never really get to see what you've got. So why take the chance and hope we have a dog that doesn't have the aggression and the problems and the over arousal? Let's just get ahead of the game. Let's be proactive. Let's anticipate all the things that could possibly go wrong and start to just put structures in place to combat that.
我们一起来看一段训练有素的 K9 级别犬的视频吧。这是一只2岁的德牧，由 Ryan 本人训练。
Blood. Get it. Come. Blood. Stay. I'm going to make him run to me. Come here. Here. Legs. 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 Hey, get it. Come. Get it. Oh. Come. Get it. Come. Here. Good boy.
很多人在想到狗训练学校的时候，包括像我自己以前也是，认为就是教一些转圈圈、握握手、躺下装死这些之类的所谓说的小 tricks 小技巧。但是在我跟这家机构聊完之后，他们说他们并不教这些东西，反而激发了我的好奇心。
When we teach our client base to train their dogs, we're not worried about shake hands and we're not worried about roll over. That's all stuff that can be added on later as you live with the dog for the next 10, 12, 15 years. What we're trying to do is teach you how to effectively communicate, listen and understand the dog in front of you. A dog trainer is really just a reader of behaviour. And if you can read your animal's behaviour, then you can keep them safe and you can and build trust and bond with that dog. So what we're going to do is establish a communication system and all the ways of learning that you can then teach what you want to your dog in the future. There's going to be basic commands: sit, drop, recall, body mechanics and movability. We want the dog to be a bit of an athlete and we want to teach them to be a willing participant in the learning. So if we have a dog that's engaged with you, not so much the environment, a willing participant in the learning that you can control and manipulate and adjust behaviours and reinforce them, then we can start attaching commands or cues to those behaviours to get the dog to do them when on cue, on prompt. When we're teaching, there's stages of learning. We have a teaching phase, we have a training phase, and we have a proofing phase. So we can't proof something we haven't taught, and we have to then, the dog must go through kindergarten, primary school, high school and university before you give it a real world application, before you walk that dog down the street with cars, other animals and people coming towards you potentially, before we let it off leash in the park and it won't come back because it sees a bird. These are real life applications that we want to put the dog through an education process before we set it up to fail.
Yeah.
We want to set the dog up to succeed and we need the tools and skills to be able to do that. What dog training does when you seek out help is it gives you the tools and the skills and the confidence to be able to handle situations with your dog, to be able to adjust and handle those situations. What we do is we get this, the reason dog training can be so complex for some people is because it's actually so simple and we need to simplify it to be able to communicate it across to the animal and then build up that process.
OK， 很多朋友可能跟我以前一样，有一些迷思，在去健身房训练之前，很多人会说：“哎，我不想练太狠，我不想成为阿诺的施瓦辛格那样的人。”训练狗也是一样的，很多人会说：“我不想我的狗训练的那么严肃、那么认真，像一个警犬、一个 K9 的军犬一样。”所以说，我们会问一下 Ryan King， 在训练完成之后，我们的狗会成为一个什么样的狗？我们会得到一个什么样的结果
I think it's very important to tell people what they should expect because many customers come in with after watching a dog on a movie and they think some dog training is going to give them a dog that does everything when they want like that.
That's not true, right?
That's not true. They're an animal. That's some very, very advanced dog training. Okay? And when you watch a dog in the movie, there's an unlimited supply of treats just off screen. Right? So we can have a very reliable, predictable behaviour and we can have a dog that we can live with harmoniously as a team in the pack, in the house. We can have some cues that are very, very reliable, but dogs are situational, contextual. They don't generalize. So I could have a behavior extremely reliable in my training facility, and then I could take that behavior and put it in the car park at the shopping mall, and then it's like the dog's never been trained before in its life. So as owners, we need to then take what we learn as dog training and apply it 24/7 where we want it. Just because I do it here doesn't mean the dog does it at home. Just because the dog does it at home doesn't mean it does it at the beach.
Not universal.
Not universal, right? Until we have done enough, the dog goes, so I need to behave like this all the time, not just in this situation. So that's something that I think people need to understand and expect. And I also want to add that I think the pet dog, the dog that we live with as our companions, is one of the hardest jobs for any dog to have.
Oh, really?
I think it's the hardest expectation on that animal. And this is where it gets interesting, because you see a police dog. Okay, the police dog, if he's not out working the streets catching criminals, he's in training. And he has a professional handler, and he has government funding, and he is being trained to be a police dog, and he has a set lot of criteria that he needs to fulfill. Then you have a search and rescue dog, and he's being trained for these criterias. Then we have a competition obedience dog, and everything's set up the same, and whereas a pet dog, he needs to be non-aggressive, he needs to be good in every environment, he needs to be perfect with all people and other animals, and the expectation on that dog to be this perfect animal all the time, no matter what's going on, is a big task. And the pet dog that we receive is also generally the dog that failed the application for the police force, that didn't make it into the guide dogs.
He didn't meet the requirements.
He didn't meet the requirements because he was harder to train, or he had things that weren't going to be calm enough to be a guide dog. He was too naughty and boisterous to be an assistance dog. So we get him as our pet owner, and then we want him to be the best dog in the world, and we want him to do perfect in every situation. So I think we sometimes have too much expectation on our animals, and we need to learn when we get it, there's harmony. When we actually understand that, and we see what's in front of us, and we work that dog in front of us, there is this real harmony and bond that you'll get from having your eyes opened in that.
I saw an advertisement a few months ago says, "We are not the best people in the world. Why you expect your dog is the best dog in the world?"
Well,
people make mistakes, and dog as well.
I also think that everyone thinks they have the best dog in the world, and none of us are wrong.
That's not wrong.
Okay, so been asked about the certificates and what they mean. For instance, we have one here in security canine handling, and we are the canine industry expert contractors for the government accreditation to certify handlers in security operations in Adelaide. We have a certificate of decoy for the APPDA, American Protection and Patrol Dog Association, so we can, we're certified to be in the suit to train the dogs for the bite work. Appreciation certificates of attending seminars of some world-class individual dog trainers. So, we talked before about expectations. Not everybody is a world champion, because no matter how good you are, there's always the opportunity for something to go wrong on the day. These ones I'm very proud of. This is from the stamp from the Dutch government, which has been approved to deploy high-risk operations with K9. And then some in-house certificates for our trainers. Probably one of the most achieved ones here is Sean's Bachelor of Psychology Flinders University degree, because a lot of work goes into that stuff, and it shows how diverse our staff and our team really are. We have Brock, he's a lecturer at the university in biochemistry. We have Sean, who's done his bachelor's in psychology. We have Trin, who is a physiotherapist. We have Hardik, a team member, who is also a IT master's, and then myself, I'm just a dog trainer.
You are the best dog trainer in the world.
That's right, we are. So, it's just a little bit of appreciation of some of the stuff we involve ourselves in, and how we like to help people with rescue and firefighting and rope access, and I've been abseiling with my own dog, so I love those adventures where I can take my dog on an adventure and I can abseil down a building and I can do all this really cool stuff that's so outside the box. And and we have a lot of curriculum where we can really help guide people understand what we do when it comes to training dogs.
Cool. OK， 说完这一切之后呢 ，OZCORP K9 他们是在阿德莱德东北区的一家狗狗学校，其实很方便，从 CAT 从南部过来都是在10到15分钟。我把这个坐标发在这个位置，我把他们的网站也发在这个位置，他们的各种 social media 都在这边。
So there you go. Like if you are interested in some dog training, if you're interested in getting a puppy, you want to come see us straight away, because not only do we provide the training, we provide the nutrition, the guidance, the health, and everything you need to do and know to raise and manifest and grow a puppy or a dog within your household. Not only that, did you know our head trainer is actually from Singapore and he speaks Mandarin?
Oh, he is also my trainer.
Head trainer of day school is from India. We also have Trin speaks some Greek.
Yeah, great.
And Jace is proficient in Spanish.
Oh, cool.
So we've got a very multicultural, diverse team here, and we provide everything from training, fixing problems.
OK， 那这就是这一期全部的内容了，欢迎大家点赞、订阅、评论，或者在留言区分享你的想法。那我们就到这里了，拜拜，拜拜。